Thank you so much for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your monthly October 2020 tarot card reading. Really looking forward to delving into your situation for your individual zodiac sign this month. If you haven't already and you would like to check out your free 3-card reading, you can do so by clicking the link down beneath this video. It's 100% free and it looks into your past, present and future situation. Each of the tenses is written specifically for the position the card is pulled in. So this is not a generic reading, it's more tailored exactly to the question that you're asking. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what the cards hold for you. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your monthly tarot card reading for October 2020. Let's see what is on the cards for you guys this month, Virgo. So the month starts with your present situation. You've actually got 2 cards that wanted to come out, so I'm going to pull them both out. Interesting, the Queen of Wands and the Magician. So I feel like what this is saying is that you're wanting to create something brand new in your existence, and it's something very creative. It's something that's going to require a lot of willpower, a lot of gumption and a lot of fiery energy. So one part of you is just ready and raring to go, and then the other side of you is being quite meticulous in the way that you plan through. So a real example of this pairing, I feel, would be some kind of business plan where you've got the idea for something creative and wonderful, but you've got to put the steps in to show how you're going to achieve it. Which is brilliant, because it's all well and good having the ideas, but if there's no plan, it can really get off track. So I think that what you guys have in your favour is that you've thought all these things through. So you're ahead of the game in terms of other people. But what is blocking you this month? Well, we have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands as a blockage card. The 8 of Wands is fast moving energy. It's about things going full speed, sometimes can be very overwhelming. So you've got these plans, you've got these ambitions and goals, and then it's almost like either things aren't moving as quickly as you would like and you're feeling stumped. Some of you will have that, but I think for others of you, it might even be moving too quickly. So it's kind of like hold on to your hat season, and you might be thinking, well, yes, I've got the idea, and yes, it's all going fast, but I haven't finished the end of the plan. Like, I haven't finished, you know, scheduling out when I'm actually going to be able to do this. Sometimes life just gets in the way and takes us on a journey and that we don't have full control over. So I think some of it is giving in and loving the process, even if it does feel a little bit overwhelming. So let's have a look at your foundation card, because this is going to be really important with all this fast moving energy. So good. You've got the Page of Swords comes up here. This is great, because what this does is it grounds this fiery manifestation, fast moving energy. The Page of Swords can sometimes represent a youth in our life who's struggling a little bit. So you could know somebody in your life who is going through something, and you could well be a great mentor for them. They might turn to you for support. If it doesn't represent a person, usually the Page of Swords represents going through some kind of contract. So you're asking all the right questions and you're doing all the right things. This is where your logic comes into play, the airy side comes into play, and it's about communication. So even though things are moving fast and a little bit overexcited, there is that logic threaded through that I think is going to make you feel more comfortable. Your past situation, Virgo, we look at our past because they generally can have an influence on our present and future, is the Queen of Swords. So this guy's mum makes an appearance. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is very logical, can seem a little bit steely, a little bit cold, a little bit scary. I think one of the other signs got the Queen. I think it was Cancer. And what I said with them was that it's like having that school teacher at school who you just don't want to mess with, and she walks into a room and everyone stands up. You know, it's that kind of energy. But underneath that is a real sense of humour, a real wittiness, and a sharpness and a brightness. So if you've known somebody like this in your past, it could be that this is the kind of person you should go to for advice. Even if you feel they might bite your head off a little bit, I think they are going to have some real pearls of wisdom to share with you. And if it doesn't represent a person, this is kind of an energy that you're bringing into your situation where you might just want to be a little bit guarded. Don't, you know, give everything away at once, but at the same time have fun with it, because if it gets so bogged down that it's all about the detail, the fun gets taken out of it so quickly, and then we can all lose focus. So your spiritually crowning card, you couldn't ask for a better card, especially in this position. It's the World. This is the end of the Fool's journey, and it's a new chapter that is beginning, and this is in your spiritual sector. So this is massive. You know, this new journey that you're going on could represent something physical, but it's even, you know, it's much more than that. It's a journey within. I know that might sound a little bit cheesy, but you're really going through some kind of massive awakening. And the joy of it is you might have already felt like you've gone through an awakening. So it's like you get another dose of it. You get a new love for spirituality. You get a new love for research. And maybe things have felt a little bit boring to you. And then you find a new methodology that you're interested in. So this can be really cool. I think you're really going to enjoy this month in terms of your spiritual journey for sure. Your immediate future is the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords can make us feel a little bit trapped. I like to think of this as kind of, you know, like a pen that animals are kept in a farm or something. And you're wandering around and thinking, how am I going to get out of this situation? You know, how am I going to get out of this prison? But the gate is wide open, but you just haven't noticed that it's open yet. So it's not to say that you're at fault for this. It's just, there is a situation that I feel you're stuck in that you don't know how to get out of, but there is an opening, is what I'm saying, and that might become more clear to you soon. So if you are in that situation, please don't worry. Please know that it is a temporary feeling of enclosure, and that there is always a way forwards. There is always a way through, and there is always somebody else in the world that has gone through a very similar situation and come through it. So it's about maybe reaching out and finding that person and ask them, well, how did you get through this? Because at the moment I have no clue. And just listening to what they say. Your state of mind for this month, Virgo, is the Five of Wands. Cancer got this card in exactly the same position, which is quite funny. The Five of Wands is about butting heads. There's a few squabbles and arguments, particularly between siblings or parents. You know, it's not anything massive. You know, these aren't swords. You're not stabbing each other, but you are poking each other with a stick. So whilst this isn't going to completely damage you or anybody else in a long-term way, it's still not nice for the short term. So just be aware that there could be some sibling stuff going on, family stuff. It could be in friendship groups, like a little bit of gossip, or someone just kind of niggling at you, poking you. You might feel a little bit ganged up on. It will pass, but that doesn't mean that it's nice in the moment. So I'm sorry, Virgo, about that. It's going to be different for each one of you, of course, and the situation's going to be different. So your outside influence is the Three of Cups. We go back to joyfulness now, because the Three of Cups is about community, celebration. This is, you know, births, weddings, christenings, bar mitzvahs, you know. This is about people coming together to celebrate as a group. So whether that is your neighbourhood or your family, maybe it's a wedding that had to be postponed because of COVID. Something like that. So I feel some good news is coming your way in your outside situation that's going to make you feel cheery. Now, your hopes and fears is the King of Pentacles. This is a pretty, well, a very fine hope to have, because the King of Pentacles is about feeling financially secure, feeling materially secure, you know, that your house is safe, the foundations are literally safe, that you have enough to live off. And I feel that this is particularly good, again, if you are starting this new project of some kind, this new career or business, whatever that might be. This is a good omen that it will go in your favour. And then the outcome for you this month, Virgo, is the Empress. So we have another 3 card here. 3s can be a little bit unstable at times. You know, think of a chair with 3 legs. Can be a little bit wobbly, but there is massive optimism that comes with 3. It's a very spiritual number. And the Empress is about feeling fruitful, about feeling fertile, about feeling full. There is so much abundance that you are creating. So if we look at this, you know, you've got this ambition, you're working through the plan. It could get a little bit overwhelming, but there's going to be some good communication that makes you feel more settled. You might feel a little bit steely or ask for help from someone who has that kind of poker face. But that's a good way to deal with it, I feel. Spiritually, you're really on a journey, which is just fantastic. You might feel a little bit trapped at times this month, particularly if there are some arguments, but there are going to be some celebrations within your situation as well. And with the King of Pentacles and the Empress coming towards the end of your reading here, I really do feel that you could end the month on a bit of a high. So there you have your monthly reading for this month. Thank you so much for joining me again. It's a real honour to spend that time with you and for us to share that space. If you did feel inclined that you wanted to reach out for a one-to-one with myself or with Patrick, you can find that information in the description box beneath this video. But until we speak again next month, take care and stay safe. Alyssa.